In this video, we will demonstrate how to install the Power Frunk for your Tesla Model S refresh from handshell. First, remove the cover from beneath the windshield. These pop right up. Then remove the cover from the left and right side of the fenders. These also pop right up. Make sure you ensure the clips are reattached to the cover before reinstalling later. Then remove the cover above the bumper and remove any cargo mat and remove the emergency latch with the tow hook. Remove the inner lining trim of the frunk. This will give you access to two 10mm bolts on the bottom. You also will be removing 6 10mm bolts, 3 from each side of the tray, then remove the tray. Install the struts. These are very simple to install. You just need a flathead screwdriver, pop open the OEM struts and install the new struts. Then remove the emergency latch from the front near the bumper, and these requires two 10mm socket and 10mm bolts needs to be removed, store away safely. Then remove the spring from that lock mechanism. You can use a pry tool or your thumb and release the bottom. Install the handshell lock mechanism. Place it on top with the emergency hook from the bottom. Wrap around and replace the spring. Now reattach and reinstall the handshell bracket with the Tesla OEM lock mechanism. Hand tighten the 10mm screw and using the impactor or a socket screwdriver and tighten that up to specification. Now you need to run the yellow emergency latch by fishing it through the bumper to the tow hook opening. So using the provided fish line, run it through the bumper from the front inside the vehicle and then pull it through using electrical tape attached to the emergency latch. Now zip tie the emergency latch to the two wires inside the bumper next to the tow hook attached to the tow hook cover. Cut any excess zip tie and replace the cover after you finish the installation. Next, connect all connecting wires starting with the struts. Everything are plug and play. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't belong. Plug the big wire to the motor of the handshell kit. Plug the speaker together with the connection. Attach the extension wire. This connects to the main bundle of wires that connects to the computer module. These 4 plugs will go into the lock mechanism. The 2 blue plug goes to the left bottom side with the red and yellow tab. So this will be a loop connection, pulling out the OEM plug and plugging it into the handshell plug and using the handshell plug to plug back into the lock mechanism. The top 2 plugs that are red in color with the lock, those goes in fairly tight. Loosen up the 10mm bolt if you need to get the plug tightly snug in and make sure it's locked and connected. The key here is to ensure all connection and plugs are tightly plugged in for everything to work. Start organizing, zip tie what you can, but leave the ground wire and power wire loose. That will be the final step with the installation. Final step is to install the ground wire. The best location is the 10mm bolt between the heat pump and the windshield fluid. Don't take off the 10mm bolt. You only need to loosen it to attach this ground wire and retighten the 10mm bolt. This is a critical point. You want to install the ground wire before the power wire. Next, for the power wire, strip the power wire by cutting off the attachment and stripping the wires, the black wires and the red wires. Wrap around the 12-volt connection on the lithium battery. Place back the cover. This attachment cover is located on the driver's side. Now connect the adapter for the 12-volt and connect the connection between the 12-volt and the actual handshell kit itself. And now clean up all the wires and zip tie everything down. Make sure to tuck everything away so the front trunk can fit perfectly. The computer module can be stored and tucked away on the driver's side next to the beam. Using adhesive and zip tie to lock it down. Make sure the wires are facing downward so there's no water collecting. And start tucking all the wires away so it does not interfere with the front tray. Again, make sure everything is zip tied down. Final step, reinstall the tray and the cover. The tray should sit flush and not in contact with any wires or pressing on any wires. Go ahead and reinstall all the 10mm bolts, starting with the 2 on the bottom and the 6 on the top. You can use a hand screwdriver socket or an impactor. Once everything is in place, go ahead and put all the trim panels back, starting with the one on top of the bumper, the one next to the fenders, and then the one beneath the windshield. And that is it. The installation should take no more than 1 to 2 hours. Then make sure you test the power frunk. The first time closing it, you may have to manually push it down so it locks, and then reopen it from the display or from your phone.